ranking all my Jean Paul Gaultiers. Stay tuned. Now, coming in at the last spot, I can't find the bottle for the love of me. I've been scrambling around for about 10 minutes. But that's gotta be Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male Lover. Yes, super hyped about this fragrance as soon as it came out. Now, something with my skin chemistry just doesn't vibe. There's some lavender, I believe lime, some musk. It's just, there's an animalic touch on this fragrance that I just can't get behind. Decent fragrance, yes. I'd say about a 4 out of 10, 4.5 out of 10. Nonetheless, nothing terrible, but just the ambery, musky, animalic vibe just doesn't jam with my skin. And I'll try and put that picture up above with the notes for you guys. Again, I can't find it. And in the next spot, now, by no means is this a bad fragrance. I've been rocking this for 15 years. They've just come out with so many more hits since this one. It's got to fall in the second to last spot. And coming in at the next spot, the original Le Male Eau de Toilette. Yes, Le Male Eau de Toilette, soapy, clean, fresh, very versatile. You could dress it up, dress it down. Clean lavender mint, that signature OG lavender mint combo, that's just put out by Jean Paul Gaultier time and time again. Now, this used to be a clubbing fragrance 15, 20 years ago. Yes, a clubbing fragrance. Awesome, awesome scent profile. It kind of changed the game in a way because it was so unique and different from everything else on the market. Nonetheless, still solid stuff. A timeless masterpiece. Can you go wrong with it? No, but compared to the other fragrances we're going to talk about, this comes in at the next spot. And again, that's the original Le Male Eau de Toilette by Jean Paul Gaultier. Now, before you see this bottle, I did not wear all this fragrance. I've decanted some of it out. But in the next spot, I thought it was going to be better than expected. And when it released, I believe this past year, I saw the note of violet leaf and I was truly intrigued. I kept thinking like Burberry Touch for some reason. And that next fragrance is Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Beau Flower Edition. Yes, Le Beau Flower Edition, kind of an old school, I gotta pull the clip, an old school, masculine, violet leaf, geranium, kind of a citrus vibe off the top. Now, it does feature a unique note of kumquat. Yes, kumquat with some lemon off the top. Not their worst release, but honestly, am I gonna wear this more often than the others? Probably not. Still, nonetheless, a great fragrance. I give it a 7 out of 10. And great for high heat, great for spring, especially for that humid kind of weather if you're living in Florida. Awesome stuff. But in the next spot, it's gotta be Le Beau Flower Edition. By the way, I did find my Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male Lover Edition, if you guys wanted to check out the bottle. Now, coming in at the next spot, still not a bad fragrance at all. There's just so many hits from this line that it's hard to choose. But in the next spot, it's gotta be the original Le Beau. Yes, Le Beau EDT, coconut, fresh, perfect for spring, summer use. Just a very, very mass appealing fragrance. Now, this reminds me of being on vacation for some reason. Great in the high heat, like I said, mass appealing, sexy, alluring, attractive, and deserves the next spot, even at an 8 out of 10 in my opinion. Fantastic juice. Change the line of Jean Paul Gaultier to spawn a couple other flankers. And again, that's Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Beau EDT. All right, and coming in at the next spot, this was tough. These top 3 were tough to choose, but I went with this one because I could see myself wearing the other 2 more often. Now, this is their newest release from the line, and that's Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Male Elixir Absolute. Yeah, Le Male Elixir Absolute. Now, with the previous flankers we talked about, I get anywhere from 6 to 8 hours longevity. Mild sillage, mild projection, nothing a beast mode, but with this fragrance, unbelievable. I get 10 plus hours on skin, great projection sillage for the first 3-4 hours, beast mode fragrance. It's kind of got this plum liqueur mixed with the lavender mint OG DNA with some amber vanilla and tonka bean. Fantastic release, love this stuff. Now, do I like it compared to the other one? You'll have to wait and see, but again, that's Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Male Elixir Absolute. Now, these last two were so hard to choose from. I got to smell these as soon as they launched overseas. I picked them up, paid crazy amount of shipping for them because I was super ecstatic about these coming out. And in the next spot, one of the best summer fragrances in my opinion. It's going to have some fig, slight coconut vibes, some green notes. It's aquatic, and it's got to be Jean Paul Gaultier's Paradise Garden. Yes, Paradise Garden by Jean Paul Gaultier. Like I said, it's going to be sweet, green, aquatic, refreshing in a sense. Just amazing juice. And every time I wear this, I get compliments. It does help the fragrance, truly and honestly. If somebody tells you it doesn't, they're out of their mind. But when people notice you with this fragrance and they give you a compliment saying you smell fantastic, it does bump up the fragrance in points. But 9 out of 10, I stick true to my original first impressions on this. Amazing juice, sexy, alluring, attractive. Honestly, both men and women could pull this off, even though there's a women's edition, which is fantastic, ladies. Check it out. But in the second spot, gotta go Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Beau Paradise Garden. Now, in the number 1 spot, I have a couple backup bottles of this. This is my original bottle I got from France. And I believe I got this October-ish, not last October, the previous October when it came out, 2023, if I'm not mistaken. But it's got the lavender, mint, the honey. I think you know where I'm going with this. That signature tonka bean dry down that's just sexy, alluring, long-lasting, projecting masterpiece in my opinion. And it gets a lot of hype because it's deserved. And people can hate on me, hate on this fragrance all they want, but truly a 10 out of 10 in my collection, and that's Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Male Elixir. Yes, Le Male Elixir, masterpiece. Sweet, elegant, grown up. Some people say it's youthful. I think it's really grown up from the vanilla and the tonka bean added to this. Ambery, really solid stuff, great for special occasions and great for parties and clubbing. I know everybody asks for party clubbing fragrances, but go light on the trigger on this. Same with the prior two, go light on the trigger. Start off with 3-4 sprays tops. You're gonna choke out a room if you do 10 plus sprays. No offense to the oversprayers out there. I overspray from time to time, but in the number 1 spot, it definitely has to be Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Male Elixir, the greatest of all time. I mean, again, these fragrances are so good I have backups. But guys, if you truly enjoyed today's content or anything fragrance, perfume, cologne related, slap that subscribe button, like the video, give it a thumbs up. It does help the YouTube algorithm and it's much appreciated. Let's build the community over here. You can also follow me on Instagram or TikTok at EnterTheFragrance. I post daily over there. And as always, what we say on the channel, remember, stay clean, stay fresh. And as always, the world is yours. We'll talk soon.